Welcome to Spenelli Speaks. Hi everyone, Danny here. Welcome back to my channel. Today it is time to go to my tag to-do list and grab a tag to do because the list is getting longer and I really need to try to do better by my wonderful friends who have taken the time to tag me in their wonderful tag videos. So today I'm going to be doing a tag that I was tagged by my good friend Emily over at Novell Novels. So thank you so much. She tagged me in the 2 books 1 stone tag that was originally created by Sean the Book Maniac. And if you haven't gone to Sean's channel lately, I get stuck on his intro. It is so awesome. I will start the video over and over again just because I love watching his intro. It's just so, I don't know, it just brings me back. It's just so nostalgic. I just love it. So definitely check his channel out. I do have him linked in the description below, as well as Emily's video for this tag. If you haven't checked her channel out, definitely go and give her some love. She does awesome content. She reads so many good books and really is just a shining star. So definitely check out Emily and Sean. So for the prompts, I'm just going to go ahead and go through these. They kind of surround the number 2, so keep that in mind. If you are new here, I hope you take some time and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. I have content coming out every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, so I hope you stick around. Okay, let's get right on into these prompts. So the first prompt is the second to last book you read. I've been reading a lot of audiobooks, so the second to last book that I finished was Confessions of a Bookseller by Shawn Bytel. Now, I had been looking for nonfiction books, and this one just kept popping up, and then I saw that Simon from Booktube with Simon had done a review on it, and I haven't yet watched that because I wanted to finish the book first. So I'm going to jump over to his channel soon to watch that review. But that is the second to last book that I read. Then the second prompt is the second book from the top of your TBR. Now, I have not really made a TBR for November because I finished my Goodreads goal of 100 books for this year, and so I've just kind of been mood reading, and I have been reading nonfiction books for the month of November, for Nonfiction November. So what I did was I actually looked on my Hoopla account, which is where my audiobooks are, and that's, I guess, my technical TBR for right now. And what I did was I just opened it up, I looked at what was on, and it looks like the second to the top is Absolutely Everything by Christopher Lloyd. Now, don't be fooled. It's not the Christopher Lloyd that you think. It's not the Christopher Lloyd that I thought. I just started listening to this book today, and it's basically a book about everything, like from Big Bang to how everything was kind of created. I think it's a kid's book. I thought it was by Christopher Lloyd, who is, you know, Back to the Future Christopher Lloyd, Clue Christopher Lloyd, you know, that guy. No, it's not. No, don't get me wrong. I am really enjoying this book, but I at first was kind of surprised that it was not the same Christopher Lloyd. Darn it! Not a big deal. It's still a very good book. So, on to our prompt number 3. This is 2 2-star reads. I don't read a lot of 2-star reads, but these are the last 2-star reads that I have read. And these were actually in my last month, or I kind of was a mishmash, so it was September and October. But Stop Doing That by Gary John Bishop. That was like a self-help, how to stop sabotaging yourself. It really didn't feel like it helped at all. I mean, not that like it was supposed to be like a checklist, but I feel like I didn't really learn anything. It was just a lot of talking and not a lot of constructive use of motivation. I don't know. It wasn't great. So I gave that 2 stars. And then also in that same most recent was Dr. Strangebeard by Penny Reed, which I believe is the 5th of the Winston Brothers series. So it was fine, but it just comparatively to all the other books, it was just kind of like, meh. So those are my 2-star reads for you. Prompt number 4, 2 great books by the same author. Now, one of these books I did recently just read, which was Liane Moriarty's The Hypnotist's Love Story. Great read. I think I gave this 4 stars. And then back in April, I read Liane Moriarty's What Alice Forgot. Also very good. I think I gave this one a 5-star. So she's definitely an author. These are the only 2 that I've read of her. She's definitely an author that I'm going to be looking more into because I really like her writing style. Really easy to catch on to, really easy to just kind of flow right into the story. Her characters are spot on, so I really liked Liane Moriarty's books. So the 5th prompt is 2 bails or 2 books you wish you'd bailed on or 2 books you hated. So the books I'm going to pick are books that I think I read this year. I know one of them for sure I read this year. But one of them I read with my book club, and that was Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Berendt. It just wasn't for me. This is a nonfiction book. It's about a true crime that happened in the South and Savannah. And it reads okay. It's kind of like a narrative nonfiction, but like overall, it really took everything in me to read this book. I was not interested like the entire time. If I had any recommendation, I would just say watch the movie. So that was one I wish I had bailed on. I think I gave that 2 stars. And then Little Bee. If you've been following me and you watched me talk about this book, I did not like this book. I would almost say that when I go back and I look at all of my reads for 2020, I will probably bring this down to a 1 star because I looked on Goodreads and I think I still have this up as a 2 star. I did not like anything about this book. I think I might bring it down to a 1 star because it was awful. I don't even want to waste any more time talking about it. So those are 2 that I definitely wish that I had not started, or I almost wish I would have DNF'd them. And that's a terrible thing for me. I hate DNFing things, but yeah, I did not like those books. Let's see. Prompt number 6 is 2 favorite reads so far this year. Obviously, the first one is Nina Hill. So The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abby Waxman. I love this book. It's so good. I love it, love it, love it. So definitely read it if you haven't already. It's hilarious. And then the other one is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. I know a lot of people have read this. It's been all over BookTube this year, but it really is an excellent read. I really did enjoy this. I could definitely see me rereading this if anyone wanted to buddy read it. I mean, it is... I do really believe that this is a very, very good book. I like this cover too. I noticed the other cover is like burnt matchsticks in a house. I just don't like that. I very much prefer this cover. Very, very much so. Okay, let's see here. Number 7 is 2 new favorite booktubers. So these are 2 new to me booktubers. And I don't like to use the word favorite because everyone is my favorite. But these are 2 new BookTube channels that I have found that I've been enjoying getting to know them through their videos. The first is Kim at Middle of the Book March. I was watching one of her videos and I swear I kept cracking up every time she was... I can't remember exactly what the video was, but it was something about... book covers, and you know me, I book covers are a big deal for me. And she was really upset because she had ordered from, I want to say it was Book Depository, and she was ordering a book and it was supposed to come with a certain cover, but it came with the cover she already had, and she flipped flipped a lid very calmly, but like, yeah, she was really cracking me up. So definitely check out her channel if you haven't already. And then Becky and Scott over at the Bookishbryants. So I've seen them around a little bit through other friends that I have through BookTube, and I subscribed to them recently. They do some stuff together and some stuff apart, but they read a lot of romance novels, Harlequin novels, those kind of things. But they also just announced that they're going to be doing a read-along for Don Quixote. And I'm really excited for that because I read snippets of that years ago in certain classes, but I've never read the whole thing, the whole book together. I'm going to be reading it in audio. It's 36 hours long. Now, I listen at 2 speed, so that's like 15 hours long, but still, that's a long book. So I'm going to have some fun with that. So I'm excited for that. So definitely check out Kim, Becky, and Scott. Let's see, my phone has shut down here. So let's see what the next prompt is. Okay. It is number 8, a book you've read twice. Well, that is definitely Michael Cunningham's The Hours. I probably have read this more than twice, but it's the only book that I could recall that I've reread. I love this book. It's so good. It's just so eloquent and masterful and makes me cry. It's so good. So this is a book that is based kind of around Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway. So there are 3 different timelines with 3 different women. One of the women is Virginia Woolf. She is writing the story of Mrs. Dalloway. Then in the second timeline, you have a woman, and I can't remember her name now that I'm sitting here telling you about it, but she is very depressed. She's in the 1950s. She is reading Mrs. Dalloway. And then in the third timeline, it's a woman who is in like the early 2000s. She kind of represents the like real Mrs. Dalloway. So she's planning a party. She has a lot of questionable things happening in her life. She has a friend who is very ill, and yeah, it's excellent. I highly recommend, if you are interested in this book, to definitely watch the film as well, because that is excellent as well. It's one of my favorite movies. I will watch it over and over again. It's wonderful. Okay, so the next prompt is number 9, 2 fabulous quotes from books you've read recently. I first need to apologize. I feel like I'm doing that a lot. Yeah, if you are hearing that and you're like, Danny, why are you doing that? I have no idea. I've just realized that. So I apologize. Maybe I'm thirsty. I haven't had anything since I got home. Anywho, I'm skipping this question because I'm really bad about quotes. I really don't pay attention to the words that well. I'm not good at quotes, so skipping it. Going right into number 10, which is to tag a number of booktubers. The total must be divisible by 2. So I'm going to tag a couple of different people, and if Kim and Becky and Scott, oh, I just did it again. Becky and Scott, Simon, since I've mentioned you, if any of those people want to do this tag, please consider yourself tagged. Others that I will tag, Tara at Buzzword Books, would love to see you do this tag. Abby over at Autumn of Pelennor, do this tag. I know I'll see it months from now, and that's okay. Take your time. Scott and Nell over at Gunpowder Fiction and Plot, I remembered you this time. And Jess at Jess the Book Freak, you do this tag as well. If you've already done this tag, I'm sorry, don't feel like you have to do it again, but I just wanted to let you know that I see you and I am your friend and I want you to do this tag. That's all I have today then. I apologize for the weird smacking. I really just must be thirsty. Before I did this video, I had the hiccups like crazy, so I don't even know what's wrong with my mouth. Yeah, there's a quote for you. Anywho, I hope you guys are all taking care, staying safe, of course, reading something great, and you know how it goes. Happy reading. Bye.